What's going on, people? It's Matt Perry here, and I hope you're well. So, today we are doing a brand new Football Manager 2024 experiment. We are back to 2024 rather than 2026, and the reason why is because I was having problems with trying to sort out this video on 2026. The thing I wanted to do, as you can see on the screen, was a bit more difficult, and I had to actually go into the in-game editor. For some reason, the in-game editor doesn't actually offer a chance to do this, but you can probably see exactly what I'm talking about. So, we are doing a Oxford United manager experiment. If you do not know, in the last day, Aaron Ramsay has just become the manager of Oxford United. His first ever managerial role since retiring as a player. I believe it was a season ago or 2 seasons ago, but he has retired recently as a player, and he is getting himself into management for the first time for the 2026-2027 season with Oxford United, a club that has just gone down from the Championship after spending a season or two in the second tier, where unfortunately they just missed out on survival. But yeah, it's gonna be a cool one. I think the stats aren't necessarily looking positive in terms of what he can do, but it's also down to the team. So we are going to see exactly how Aaron Ramsay does in his first full season at Oxford United. It'll be interesting to see whenever he'll be able to get them straight back up from League One to the Championship, or will there be a bit of struggle there? And maybe a bit more difficult to get himself to the Championship as quickly as he may want to. But anyway, let's have a look. So Oxford United under Aaron Ramsay start off their season at home to AFC Wimbledon, and they end it, providing he doesn't get sacked, with an away trip to Notts County. They are obviously in the Johnson's Paint Trophy, or whatever it's called, Johnson's Paint Trophy, as well as the League Cup and the FA Cup. So we're going to see exactly how they do in their season. Right, and we are back after the first half of the season. So a good sign to see is that unless he's been sacked into the middle of the season, is that there is no available jobs for Oxford United. So we're going to have a look and see exactly how he is doing. And it is very good. They are second in the league. They're just behind Leicester. I would say just behind. They're about 6 or 7 points behind. But they are in second place. Fair enough. Aaron Ramsay really like starting off best in his first managerial position, doing well. Oxford, you would expect to be one of the teams to go straight back up to the Championship after their investment into the Championship. But you have a look at their first couple results. 3-1 against Wimbledon. Wimbledon are a bit more average. Then a 2-1 victory. Then a 2-1 victory against Millwall in the first round of the Carabao Cup, and then some wins along the way with them keeping a couple clean sheets. Then a Carabao Cup second round victory against Leighton Orient. They do lose in the Bristol St Motors Trophy Southern section group, with a 2-1 victory, 2-1 loss to Walsall. But then you have a look at their third round, and they beat a team just above them in the Championship. Well, not just above them in the Championship, but in the division above, where they beat Oxford United 3-1. And then in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup, even though you could say that they haven't really had anybody challenging as of yet, they have just got into the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup with a 2-0 victory against Oxford. Unbelievable. Like, he's gone leaps and bounds beyond what I was going to say. Maybe I'd say that would be challenging for promotion. That's the expectation that they have. But the fact that they've managed to get themselves into a quarterfinals or semi-finals of the Carabao Cup is insane. Like, and you could say, well, they've done it against teams that are around them or teams that are only a division above. But for Oxford United to still do that, to still get through the teams they have to face, is unbelievable in this hypothetical say. but their games have happened. They do have an FA Cup match. They played in the first round where they beat Spennymoor 3-0. And then they do win their second round of the FA Cup against Reading. So they are in the third round of the FA Cup where they play Bristol City again. However, as we were talking about the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, they meet their real match, and it is a 2-0 victory for Man City. So they did very well to get into the Carabao Cup quarterfinals, especially Aaron Ramsay's first job as a manager at Oxford United. Um, but they do end up winning 5-0 against the Bournemouth under 21s. But unfortunately they do lose 3-2 to the Bristol, not Bristol, they do lose 3-2 to Northampton. So they're getting a mixture of results away, and to get second and a decent cup run that early, and to be able to progress into the league, into the third round of the FA Cup, it's a pretty good start for Aaron Ramsay. So yeah, at the end of the day, that's what's happening. And then you have a look at the rest of the fixtures into the second half of the season. And yeah, let's get into the second half of the season. Right, and we are at the end of Oxford United and Aaron Ramsey's season. Have they secured promotion for the championship, or have they slipped down into the playoffs, or even outside of the playoffs? Let's have a look and see exactly what they have done. So, Oxford United do not get automatic promotion, but they do land themselves into the playoffs with Luton overtaking them and AFC Wimbledon. I want to see exactly how they did in the cup competitions, as they had that great run into the cup in regards to the FA Cup. Did they go any further? It doesn't look like they went any further after than that. They lost in the third round. So, in terms of the Cups, Bristol City got their revenge over Oxford United. So, all the matches left ended up being in the league. Obviously, they didn't get through as well to the some Johnson Paint Trophy, the Street Motors Trophy, whatever it's called nowadays. Um, but a lot of results, a lot of draws, and a couple losses as well really knocked them off in the second half of the season. Very inconsistent. I'm hoping that hasn't caused Aaron Ramsay to lose his job. Depending on what the expectations were at the start, obviously automatic promotion would have been a priority at this club. But we don't know exactly what has happened to Aaron Ramsay. But Aaron Ramsay is still the manager. He hasn't been sacked. He hasn't been sacked as manager, so they have finished there. So we're going to be looking at the League One playoffs and see exactly how they do. If we go back into who they'll be playing, because they're fourth, and fourth normally plays fifth, but we'll have a look to see if that is still the case. So Oxford United should be playing Reading, and Wimbledon will be playing Huddersfield for that final spot back into the Championship. So we will see exactly how they get on. So we are back, and it's a 4-2 aggregate win for Oxford United. I thought they were going to be playing somebody else, but I thought they were going to play Wimbledon. But it looks like they have played Reading, and it is a win for Oxford United. Right, and we are back. So in the first and second leg of the semi-finals, it ended up being a 4-2 aggregate win for Oxford United. So they are in the final against Huddersfield. We will be watching the final to see exactly if Aaron Ramsay can get a playoff win and a slot back into the Championship. Playoff final, this League One playoff final against Huddersfield. Aaron Ramsay has a chance here to get himself into the playoff, into the Championship for next season with a playoff win. Is it going to happen, or will this be Huddersfield's day? First minute, Brannan has a great chance here for McDonnell. But McDonnell has got the chance here. Is he going to do something with this? And with McDonnell, And it's a goal for Oxford United. They are 1-0 up in the first minute. What a start for Oxford United in this hypothetical League One playoff final. The chance for Aaron Ramsay to get himself his first promotion as a manager. Jin Woo, Costello. Oh, and Huddersfield Town have got the ball. Is that Carl Norton, the one who played for Spurs? Looking like there's a control in midfield from Huddersfield. Ojo, I believe that's the former Liverpool man. What's it? Ojo has got a chance here, and it is a goal. Ojo has scored, and it is 1-0. Huddersfield aren't turning up to make it easy for Oxford United. And it is a good finish by Ojo to Taylor. Taylor has a chance. And it is 2-1 Huddersfield. Huddersfield are taking full control of this game just before half-time. Oxford United are slowing down. And that chance of a playoff win for Aaron Ramsay is slowly fading away. But we do have another second half. We do have a second half to play. The half-time whistle. And it is Oxford United 1, Huddersfield 2. Hopefully, Oxford United can get back into this game and get themselves into the championship automatically. Pierlick. Right, Jin Jong Woo. Oh, John Jin Woo had a chance here. But they've still got a corner. But time is ticking for Oxford United under Aaron Ramsay. It'll be really gutting and disappointing if they don't see themselves get back, especially with the start that they had in the first half of the season. But the second half of the season seems to have slipped away from them. But hopefully they still have a chance, and that's a goal! Oxford United have a goal. Oh, might be laid off for offside. Could be offside here. They're going to have a VAR check right here. Is it happening? Is it a goal? Only 15 minutes, well, a couple minutes in Football Manager time for Oxford United to get themselves an equaliser, to get themselves into extra time, or maybe even enough time to go on to win the game. And it's looking like it's going to be full time. Oh, there's a chance for Huddersfield here. And that goes up for a corner. I think Huddersfield have won this game to get themselves into the championship. Counter break from Oxford, unless the referee does give them a little bit of time after they get the ball out of out of their possession. But it's not looking like that. It's gone back to Huddersfield. Huddersfield do have another chance to make it 3 goals if that happens, but it's a save. And it is full time. Aaron Ramsay does not get Oxford United back into the championship at the first return. It is unfortunately 1-0. Not 1-0. It is unfortunately Oxford 1, Huddersfield Town 2. And it looks like the Bulls, I think, or the Horns. Yeah, I think their name is the Horns. Unfortunately, Oxford United will not be seeing themselves back into the championship. And it's just really unlucky, really, considering the start that they had. But Football Manager says no. But Aaron Ramsay, I don't think he did too bad. Like, as his first time as a manager, slipped up on trying to get them into the championship, but they got to Carabao Cup quarter final and lost to the winners. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing necessarily. But obviously slipping up when you're second in the league and in the second half of the season, you draw loads of games and you only win a couple matches and like 10 or 11, it's going to bite you. It really is going to bite you because the other teams do catch up. But yeah, it's how it is. Anyway, it's been your boy, Mac Perry. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. If you want to see more of these, be sure to comment down below and tell me exactly what save you want to see. And if it's doable, it's doable. Right, see you later. Bye-bye.